on YouTube, there was a comment on the video, was from Harshit Kumar. And he says, what SIM brands do you find best, as I am an upcoming international student in New Plymouth? So that is a question that we get quite often. Like SIM cards, cell phone seems to be something that a lot of people get stressed about. Like making sure that they get the right network for them. They get enough data, enough phone call, enough text. Yeah. So actually, we're going to go quite in depth. We have a really nice chart right here. We're going to go quite in depth. God, this Santa hat is not comfortable.
At least you only have to wear it once a year.
Yeah, just once a year. So we're going to go quite in depth. But just before, I want to address the fact that a lot of people overestimate how much they need. It's so important to actually just have a look back, and you can check that on all of your phone. You can check what is your usage. It's somewhere hidden in the settings. I won't go in details because everybody has like different phones. But if you look at what you actually have, you very often don't need like 5 GB of data and then unlimited text and this and that. You know, quite often you're going to need like 100 texts, about an hour was a phone call and about 1 GB of data, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So don't overestimate how much you need, especially when you're going to be on the go. You know, you're not going to be streaming, you're not going to be any of those things, because while you can have plenty of other things to do, and the network in New Zealand is, not as fast as you are used to if you're from, North America or Europe. All those kind of things. So we're gonna go through the different kind of stuff. The other thing I want to point out is that you can find Wi-Fi in so many places in New Zealand as well.
And especially since Harshit said that he was going to be a student.
Yeah.
Students do have very good access to free Wi-Fi all over their university and stuff. So you don't really need to worry too much about having loads of mobile data, because you'll have so much access to Wi-Fi.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, and there is Wi-Fi even when you're on the road. Every time you get a coffee, you're gonna get a Wi-Fi. I'll be honest with you, it's not the best, right? It is gonna be, painful and this and that. But to check out your Facebook, send a couple of messages, send a couple of emails. It's gonna be plenty.
And most of the time, when you are traveling around, the Wi-Fi that you can rely on the most is in your accommodation, like your hostels or your hotel or motel. They're usually, like, most of them will have free Wi-Fi, or at least cheap Wi-Fi, and that's when you can actually do your quick messages to home and stuff. So, and also when you're in New Zealand, you don't really want to be online all the time anyway. You're here to do other things, I'm sure.
So we will link in the description below to an article about where and how to find Wi-Fi in New Zealand. But let's go over a little bit of the offering that there is for cell phone at the moment. So we are recording this literally a few days before Christmas 2018. So this video will probably be valid for, let's say, until about like July, August 2019. Cell phone plans change regularly. So if you're watching a rerun of these videos after July or August 2019, make sure to go back into our channel. I'm pretty sure we'll go over that again, and we'll have some up-to-date stuff. Actually, what we'll do, we'll put a link in the description below just to make sure that you have it, or use the search bar on our channel. Anyway, now enough introduction. Let's go through the little chart. All right. So we're going to be talking about 6 different plans, and the first plan is going to be the first one is going to be with Vodafone, which is a big company here in New Zealand. Then there's going to be 3 plans from Spark. I'm actually just going to pick one because I'm just going to mention quickly all of them, but I keep going. Then 2 Degrees and then Skinny prepaid. Okay, so Vodafone, Spark, 2 Degrees, and Skinny. All right, cool. So with Vodafone, for $38, you can get 4 GB of data, 50 minutes of call, 500 text. And you can actually get like a bonus, like for $10 a day, you will get like completely unlimited free social pass. So that's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Pinterest. So again, $38, 4 GB, 50 minutes, 500 text, $10 a day extra to get unlimited social. And that's pretty much it. Now with 2 Degrees, it's $49. You're gonna get 10 GB, 200 minutes, unlimited text. You're gonna get 1 hour of free data every day. And you can also kind of add extra data if you want to, for example, $6 for 24 hours, those kind of things. Then you're gonna have Skinny, which I have to be honest, when doing the math, is our favorite. So that's $46. You get 12 gigabytes, unlimited calls, unlimited text, and that's pretty much it. You can buy a data binge, which actually is kind of a cool thing, where you buy for a certain amount of hours and you get unlimited data. So for example, for 50 cents, you get 10 minutes unlimited, but for $4, you get 12 hours. So if you have something that you really want to do, for $4 is pretty good. And the network is actually the same as Spark, so it's a pretty good one. So this makes Skinny the cheapest one so far. And then for Spark, their best plan is $49. You get 4 gigabytes of data, plus you get 4 gigabytes on their nearby old phone stations. Basically, you get free Wi-Fi.
Like Wi-Fi hotspots around the country.
Exactly, Wi-Fi hotspots. Then you get 500 minutes of call, unlimited text. And if you sign up for the first 6 months, you get 10 gigabytes free for social. So like that's Facebook, Instagram, and all those kind of things.
Social media.
So if you kind of do the math, and I'm just gonna do quickly some simple math just to make it a bit clearer. If you were to pay per gigabyte with Vodafone, that will cost you $9.50. If you were to pay per gigabyte with Sparks, that will cost you $6.12. If you were to pay per gigabyte with 2 degrees, that would be $4.09. And if you were to pay per gigabyte, so we're just talking data, you would be paying $3.83 per gigabyte. So Skinny, dead cheaper. Then, and that's including like their bonus. So I try to make it as cheap as possible if you take advantage of all their bonuses. So the reason why I'm focusing so much on the gigabyte right now is I know that one of the biggest focus for people is trying to get some internet on the go. So I feel like for that, Skinny will definitely be hands down the cheapest.
Yeah.
Plus they do have a lot of different plans as well. So you don't have to go for 12 gigabytes. Honestly, even us in the road with all the videoing that we're doing and all the social media and everything, we never use 12 gigabytes.
Yeah.
It's so much. Yeah. It's a lot.
And you often get like add-ons, and they do free data weekends with Skinny as well. So they're often throwing data at you, and it also, remember that it's like, is it rollover data?
Yeah.
So it carries on to the next month. You don't really lose out on your data. Yeah. That really accumulates and you end up having quite a lot.
Yeah, so that could be quite a good trick actually. On the first month, you may get this $46 plan, so you get 12 gigabytes. And then next month, you move down to like a $16 plan, and then 12 gigabytes that you didn't use, so let's say 8 gigabytes you didn't use, they roll over, so you still have them, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
And it's still prepaid, so you can cancel anytime, which is quite handy.
Yeah, and that's the really cool thing, because your circumstances are always changing while you're traveling. So you can change the bundles or the pre-plan that you have. You can change that to something that suits you more, from week to week or month to month. So that's always handy. Yeah,
so our favorite, you can tell our favorite Skinny. We both are with Skinny. And so Laura mentioned that to give you an idea, they also do free data weekend. So it looks like a simple text that you receive on the Friday and saying, at 5 p.m., free data weekend starts. You get 2.5 gigabyte bonus for this weekend. So that's just pretty much it. They do that. Apparently, they just do that for this summer, but they always have those kind of promotions to kind of keep you engaged with them. So there's plenty of choices. Now, the last thing that I would point out is that I wouldn't focus on getting my SIM card right before you actually arrive, because there are quite a few uneven coverage around New Zealand. So you're going to be a student, Harshit, in New Plymouth, you said. So maybe, and I can't remember honestly if in New Plymouth there is big disparities, but maybe where you're going to be, well, only Vodafone works, or only 2 degrees work, and it does happen a few times. So what I would do if I were you is that I'll actually make my way to New Plymouth, and when I see where I'm going to be living, where's my university, I just ask people around, like, hey, the Vodafone's working here, Skinny's working here. And if people say yes, so for Skinny you ask about Spark because it's the same network. But if people say yes, then you go and you get yourself this SIM card. That'll be a little bit of a pain in the ass to actually set yourself up, put some credit, and then realize that the coverage is pretty uneven, and you have to hang like that to make sure that it works. But that's the last tip that I will give you on that. Do you have anything to add on?
I think that was well covered, personally.
Well, so I know that was a lot of information, but this is a question that comes up really often, and we really feel that this will be helping a lot of people. So if that was the answer that you liked, just make sure you give us a like below, you comment below. That's really helpful for us. And any extra question if you're watching a rerun, in the comment below, and we are going over it next week.
Sweet.